Hello everyone, welcome back to Gossip Star Vibe. We are officially in crisis mode. Remy Ma, yes, the Remy Ma, is reportedly in critical condition. And her family? They're urgently asking for prayers. The same woman who battled Nicki in rap, who made an incredible comeback after prison, is now fighting for her life. And the worst part? The doctors aren't sugarcoating things. According to multiple sources, one nurse allegedly said, "We're doing everything we can, but the situation doesn't look promising." Wait, what? What happened to her? Why is everything being kept so secretive? And why is Papoose refusing to speak to the press while being spotted at the hospital, visibly emotional, holding a folder close to his chest? But that's not all. Rumors are circulating about a leaked voice memo, a toxic betrayal, and a mysterious visitor who came to Remy's room just hours before everything took a turn for the worse. This isn't just a health scare, y'all. This goes much, much deeper. And trust me, you weren't supposed to know any of this. Let's rewind 72 hours. What began as a routine doctor's visit quickly turned into one of the most disturbing celebrity health crises in years. It was supposed to be a private appointment, just Remy Ma and her doctor. No security, no cameras, no press. But by midnight, the hospital was calling in extra staff. Papoose was pacing in the lobby, and Remy's mother was seen breaking down outside the ICU. What happened? According to an anonymous EMT who spoke to us on the condition of anonymity, Remy collapsed just minutes before she was due to meet with a private consultant. The EMT claimed she wasn't responsive. Her breathing was shallow. They rushed her through a back entrance to avoid attention. And that's when the rumors started. This wasn't just exhaustion. It wasn't just stress. There was something deeper going on. Something everyone close to her is refusing to talk about. Let's be real. Remy Ma isn't new to headlines. We've seen her rise from prison, dominate the rap scene, have her public spats with Nicki Minaj, and confidently walk red carpets as the Bronx queen she is. But this is different. According to internal hospital communications flagged by a whistleblower, the doctors initiated a Level 4 containment protocol, typically reserved for patients experiencing severe medical decline or those requiring intense privacy due to media attention. Why? Because allegedly, Remy Ma flatlined for 42 seconds before being revived. Yes, flatlined. One nurse who anonymously posted on a private healthcare forum wrote, "The patient in room 14B required full emergency intervention. Code Blue initiated. Patient's vitals unstable. Family advised to prepare." The patient in 14B, that's Remy. But here's the twist. Her family didn't find out until hours later. Why? Because the only person present during the critical moments was Claressa Shields. Yup, Claressa. The same Claressa who has been in the news more for her rumored connection with Papoose than for her boxing. The same Claressa who supposedly dropped by to check on Remy and left just minutes before things went south. Coincidence? Please. Sources say security footage shows Claressa leaving the hospital visibly upset, clutching her phone and muttering something under her breath that staff couldn't make out. One janitor claimed to have overheard, "She shouldn't have opened that message." What message? Who was it for? And why did Remy's phone go missing for over 2 hours, only to mysteriously return, wiped clean? Something doesn't add up. Let's not forget, this all happened just days after Remy and Papoose were seen in a heated argument at a private Harlem event, where Claressa was also seen arriving late and leaving early. Eyewitnesses reported Remy looking drained, distracted, and at one point excusing herself to the bathroom for over 20 minutes. So now fans are asking the obvious question. Was Remy's collapse truly medical? Or was it the breaking point after weeks of emotional strain, internal family pressure, and the alleged betrayal brewing in the background? Because word on the street is, a private letter was found in her personal bag. A letter that allegedly reveals months of emotional neglect, career pressure, and a deep fear of being replaced. A quote from the letter supposedly says, "I've always been the strong one, but I'm tired of holding everything together. If anything happens to me, just know I tried to protect us all." And that, ladies and gentlemen, sent chills down our spines. Meanwhile, Papoose has remained largely silent, only posting a black square to Instagram with the caption, "Heavy lies the crown, pray for her." No pictures, no updates, just that. And fans, they're in a frenzy. One user tweeted, "I knew something was off with Claressa being around so much." Remy deserves peace, not pain. Pray for Remy. Another fan on TikTok went viral saying, "Y'all gonna act like Remy didn't look dead inside at that last red carpet? This been building up." And guess what? They're not wrong. This isn't just a one-time incident. This is the eruption of something that's been simmering beneath the surface for months. The canceled shows, the sudden weight loss, the cryptic captions, and the rumors about late-night arguments between her and Papoose, it all leads here. And now, with Remy unconscious, her family scrambling, and Claressa refusing to respond to media inquiries, the silence is beginning to feel deafening. But the real question is, what happens next? Because what we're about to reveal, the hospital leaks, the missing file, the voice memo no one wants you to hear, is about to explode this story wide open. The moment the rumors hit the blogs, the internet went wild. Remy Ma unconscious, Claressa was the last to see her. Papoose posted a black square. But nothing, and we mean nothing, could have prepared the public for what happened next. A leaked voice memo, allegedly pulled from the hospital's internal messaging system. And when we say shocking, we mean career-ending, jaw-dropping shocking. In the memo, a female voice, thought to be Remy, sounds groggy, emotional, and breathless. They think I don't know, but I've seen the texts. I've seen the messages between them. I'm not crazy. I just can't do this anymore. I'm tired. What was she talking about? Sources close to the hospital claim the message was recorded during a private check-in, where Remy, still conscious at the time, was discussing stress, insomnia, and feeling mentally shattered. But it gets worse. Apparently, a second file, yes, a second file, was leaked just hours later. This one? Allegedly from a private conversation between Claressa and a mysterious caller, accidentally captured by the hospital's hallway intercom system. "She's not going to make it through this," the voice whispered. "And honestly, I don't care anymore. She brought this on herself." The backlash was swift. Social media became a battleground. Twitter exploded with hashtags like "Pray for Remy," "For Claressa," "Exposed," "Oh, what did Papoose?" No fan pages changed their profile pics to candles. TikTok was flooded with fan edits showing Remy's happiest moments, paired with sad music, with captions like, "She didn't deserve this." But while fans mourned, a new wave of theories began to surface. Because someone, a close friend of the family, allegedly, revealed that Papoose had been suspicious for weeks, that he had found something on Remy's phone, that he knew about the shift in energy between Remy and Claressa, that he had warned Remy to cut her off, and she hadn't. Which brings us to the next twist. Papoose allegedly hired a private investigator. And yes, we're talking full-on trench coat, sunglasses, wiretap type of investigator. The PI, whose name we won't mention, for legal reasons we definitely just made up, reportedly uncovered frequent, unlogged visits from Claressa to Remy's home while Papoose was away. Add to that the suspicious screenshots circulating online showing Claressa texting someone labeled Pap at strange hours. Well, you do the math. And while none of this has been officially confirmed, because of course it hasn't, that hasn't stopped fans from drawing their own conclusions. Let's break it down like this. Remy collapses mysteriously. Claressa was there. Papoose goes silent. 2 voice memos leak. And now a third party confirms that Papoose had already suspected something was off. Also, let's not forget the deleted tweets from Claressa's burner account, which fans managed to uncover using AI tools. One tweet supposedly said, "She acts like she's untouchable. Watch how fast the tables turn." That tweet, gone in minutes, but the screenshots, they're forever. Meanwhile, TMZ accidentally published a photo of Papoose leaving the hospital late at night, looking utterly devastated. Red eyes, slumped posture, hoodie pulled over his head. In his hand, a folder, the headline. "Papoose leaves ICU in tears, private documents in hand." And that's when things really started to spiral. A GoFundMe page appeared, claiming to collect money for Remy's long-term recovery, and raised $40,000 in less than 6 hours. But hours later, Papoose posted on Instagram, "We didn't start this. Please don't donate to anything unless it comes directly from us." So, who initiated it? Who's gaining from her suffering? Well, there's a wild theory going around that a certain PR firm, known for manipulating scandals, is behind both the leaks and the fraudulent fundraiser. And the name linked to that firm? An associate who once worked with Claressa's manager. It's almost too unbelievable. Well, actually it is, but that's beside the point. Meanwhile, fans are turning on each other in comment sections. This is what happens when you don't guard your peace. Remy was always too good for them. Claressa's shady. You don't visit your friend's house at 1 a.m. just to check in. Papoose knew. He just didn't know how to stop it. As of now, no official charges have been filed. No press conferences, no statements from Claressa. But guess who did speak? Remy's cousin Lisa. Yes, the same Lisa who stood by her during the 2007 sentencing, posted a cryptic Instagram story. This isn't the first time Remy was betrayed. But this time, y'all played with her life. So now we have a possible love triangle, an unconscious rap icon, a tangled mess of voice leaks, suspicious DMs, and fans crying out for the truth. But what they don't know yet is that Papoose is about to turn things around, because a hospital insider just leaked another crucial piece of this puzzle, a sealed envelope delivered to Remy's room, labeled confidential for Calvin only. Calvin refers to Papoose. And when the envelope was opened, what was inside? According to the insider, the envelope contained a confidential medical report, not just about Remy's condition, but about how she got there. A complete breakdown. Blood reports, stress levels, traces of medication not listed on her prescriptions. That's right. There were signs of sedatives, the kind that can cause confusion, fatigue, or even unconsciousness if mixed with the wrong dosage. And while the hospital hasn't made a public statement, a second nurse posted on a private Reddit forum claiming the tests didn't match her intake records. Either someone gave her something she didn't know about, or someone tampered with her treatment before she arrived. Now, this isn't just a mystery. It's potentially a criminal act, and that's when Papoose lost it. According to a family friend, he called an emergency legal meeting from the hospital chapel. Phone on speaker, lawyers on the line, and every family member present. He demanded a full investigation, not just into the medications, but into the security footage, the visitation logs, and yes, Claressa's involvement. Because remember, Claressa was the last person seen in Remy's room before she collapsed. And now, the leaked hallway footage confirms she was the only one to request special access to Remy's chart earlier that day, a request that typically requires medical approval. So, what was she doing? Claressa's team released a one-line statement. She visited as a friend, nothing more. But fans weren't convinced. Right after that statement, another clip was leaked. Low quality, blurry, but real. It shows Claressa and Remy arguing near the nurse's station. Claressa turns away, visibly shaken. Remy's face is pale, and then the timestamp cuts off just before her collapse. The internet had completely erupted. Fan reactions were a whirlwind of chaos and emotion. She tried to poison Remy. No, Remy was already struggling. Stop blaming Claressa. If this is true, Papoose better tear everything down. And just when things seemed like they couldn't get worse, a voice note emerged. This time, it wasn't Remy. It was Amber, Remy's former close friend, who had since become a distant acquaintance and possibly an adversary. Amber's tone was cold and calculated. If this explodes, it's not my issue. Claressa wanted leverage. I just helped deliver it. Deliver what? That's when Papoose and his legal team dropped a bombshell. They filed a motion for temporary restraining orders against both Amber and Claressa, accusing them of malicious interference during a medical emergency. But that's not all. Papoose held a private press briefing outside the hospital, excluding the media, and released a statement. This is bigger than any headline, bigger than music. My wife is fighting for her life. And now, we are fighting for the truth. People listened. Celebrities began to speak out. Cardi B shared Remy's photo with the caption, "This doesn't feel right. Praying hard." Fat Joe posted, "Real ones don't fold when the pressure comes." We stand with Remy. Even Nicki Minaj liked a tweet that read, "Say what you want, but no woman deserves this." That like alone, it hit 12 million views in just 8 hours. Meanwhile, the hospital began an internal investigation, with the board confirming that multiple staff members were being questioned about tampering with medical charts and unauthorized access to files. Remy Ma, still under sedation, was moved to a secure wing. Only family members were allowed to visit. No phones, no cameras, no Clarissa. Papoose? He hasn't left the hospital. Sources report that he's been sleeping on a hospital couch, eating from the cafeteria, and writing in a small black notebook, keeping a record of everything. One nurse mentioned he's quiet, focused, like he's preparing something, and he is. 2 days later, Papoose uploaded a video to Remy's official YouTube channel titled simply, "The Truth." No intro, no flashy edits, just him sitting next to Remy's bed, holding her hand. We've been through so much, but this almost broke me. What they did, what they tried to do, we won't stay silent. If anything happens to my wife, understand this, it won't go unanswered. He concluded the video with 3 words, "We're not done." And the world listened. The comment section flooded with support. Fans sent prayers, lawyers offered pro bono assistance, even former rivals started reaching out. But not everyone was happy. Just hours after the video went live, Papoose received an encrypted email. No sender, just one line. "You're not ready for what's coming next." What does that mean? A digital security expert traced the email's metadata and found it came from a device once connected to Amber. Now, Clarissa's legal team is reportedly preparing for a full defamation lawsuit, claiming the leaks, voice notes, and accusations were heavily manipulated, AI edited, and illegally distributed. But Papoose isn't backing down. He's now working on a documentary series, with hospital permission, to tell Remy's story his way. The first episode? The day everything changed. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Remy opened her eyes for the first time in days. Her cousin Lisa reported that Remy whispered, "What happened while I was out?" And Papoose simply replied, "Everything." Now, they're planning their next steps, and it's no longer just about recovery. It's about exposing the truth. It's about revenge. It's about justice. Because what began as a health crisis has now become a full-blown media war. And Papoose, he's not just fighting for Remy's life. He's fighting to tear down the system that tried to break her. And we're not talking metaphors here. Real court filings, real subpoenas, real names. And the final act? It hasn't even started yet. So if you thought this was over, you couldn't be more wrong. So now, the question isn't just what happened to Remy Ma, it's who made it happen, and why they were willing to risk her life to do it. Is Clarissa Shields just caught in the chaos? Or does she have a deeper role than she's letting on? Did Amber act alone, or was she simply a messenger for a larger threat? And what exactly is in those sealed files that Papoose is guarding so closely? Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a scandal. It's a blueprint for betrayal. And the scariest part? It might not be over yet. If you believe Remy deserves justice, leave a comment below. If you think Papoose is being too quiet, tell us what you think he's really planning. And if you have your own theory about what's coming next, we want to hear it. Hit that subscribe button now and turn on the bell, because the next chapter could leak any minute. This is Gossip Star Vibe, where we don't just report the mess, we expose the truth. Stay tuned. It's about to get even darker.